Ordinary men tremble at the mention of my name. The entire civilized world fears the menace of Doctor Doom. And yet, in one respect, I have been foiled time and time again. No matter how perfectly I lay my plans, the Fantastic Four have always managed to frustrate me. I still remember our last parting. Quote, Doctor Doom. Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 1, Issue 1. Marked for destruction by Doctor Doom. After a report by J. Jonah Jameson about the menace of Spider-Man, Peter, in order to avoid any suspicion that he's really Spider-Man, speaks negatively about his alter ego, earning him harsh words from Flash Thompson. Meanwhile, Doctor Doom had seen this same report and decided that after surviving his last encounter battling the Fantastic Four, that perhaps Spider-Man would make for a good partner to eliminate his mortal foes. Once under cover of the clouds, the jet-powered flying belt I wore enabled me to glide to safety to repair a new layer where I could lick my wounds like a vanquished beast. But now that is all behind me. Now it is time to strike again. With the aid of the imprisoned Spider-Man, I will transmit a message to Spider-Man using his own wavelength. In some strange way, he has sensory powers of a spider, and so it was simple matter for one of my genius to create this spider wave transmitter. Calling Spider-Man, I must contact you at once. But perhaps Spider-Man would not be quite so enthusiastic if he knew who was waiting for him at his ultimate destination. It should be child's play for me to persuade Spider-Man to join me against the Fantastic Four. So it was you who tried to contact me, Doom. It would have had to be someone with your talent. But why? Ah, Spider-Man, it is necessary for you to make your entrance quite so dramatic. My contemptuous friend, you're an outcast, the same as I. You dare not reveal your true identity, and yet right under your nose, the Fantastic Four basks in the limelight while you are shunned and hunted. I'll appeal to his sense of envy, of pride. Then once he has served his purpose, I'll destroy him without a second thought. Not so fast, tin head. Sure, I'm an amusing thought to kick around, but just between us, I need you like I need another nose. The answer is no, Buster. I warn you, if you are not with me, then you are deadly foes. You don't think a feller with reflexes of a spider is going to tumble down a corny trapdoor, do you? Perhaps not. But for your sake, I hope you don't think you've escaped me already. The accident, which years ago made a shambles of my face, didn't affect my strength at all, as you can see. Oof. And I am not entirely without little weapons of my own, such as this most effective miniature finger gun. Nice try, Rattletrap, but I saw that coming seconds ago. While back at Midtime High, Flash decided to play a prank on Peter Parker by giving him a scare in his new Spider-Man costume in hopes of getting Parker to have more respect for Spider-Man. The prank backfires as Doctor Doom begins trying to track down Spider-Man to get revenge. As Thompson is near Peter when Doom is tracking Spider-Man, he captures Thompson instead. Doom then sends out a message to the Fantastic Four to battle him, or Spider-Man will be killed. Peter at first believes that Flash deserves his fate, but his sense of responsibility sends him out to rescue Flash anyway. I ought to have my head examined for knocking myself out to rescue a guy who's my worst enemy. But, whoop, hold it. I'm beginning to sense something. But you will still enable me to gain my objectivity. The Fantastic Four, spurred on by their stupid gallantry, will not fail to attempt your rescue. And when they come, I shall defeat them. Completely irrevocable. It's a tight squeeze, but I think I can make it. Whew. This would be some spot for a guy to get claustrophobia. Spider-Man, you're my prisoner inside. How? Correction, Doc. I'm the real Spider-Man. You just captured yourself a phony brand X in there. If that's so, then you were a fool to place yourself in jeopardy again. This time I shall not allow you to escape. Funny, I was thinking the same thing about you. And now, while I'm all comfy and cozy back here, I'll just spin myself a little weapon of my own. You've got to admit one thing, though. It's a great way to teach someone that it isn't polite to point. Very clever, Spider-Man. You have temporarily put my finger blaster out of action. Uh-oh, I sense danger above me. He's trying to lead me into a trap. Better build another shield for myself fast, just in time that the falling liquid is turning into ice on contact. It might have frozen me solid. I'll dive under them and shoot my web to base off the spinning machine. For the love of Pete, Doom doesn't give a guy a chance to catch his breath. Now he's got a liquid heat shooting up from the floorboards. You outsmarted yourself that time. I tricked you into landing where you did, and now this steel section of flooring I landed on, you've got it electrified. He's increasing the current. Can't take much more of it. It would have knocked out a normal human by now. Luckily, I loaded up with plenty of web fluid before coming here. Ugh, I'm caught in my own trap. Got to switch current off. The robot, what a fool I was. I forgot about it. Naturally, no one can match the thinking ability of Dr. Doom. And now, even though you are breaking free, it is too late. Even you will find no defense against this time machine. Before I worry about any new machines of yours, here's your playmate back with my regards. Still, you rely on brute strength, Spider-Man. That will be your undoing. We'll see about that. My spider strength will enable me to smash your new gizmo by tossing your own satellite machine at it. Not quite. Not if I can flip this lever first. Well, I can't stand still and let it finish me. Maybe I can dive past the bolt and reach the control panel. Ugh, he's even stronger than I suspected. Didn't you think I expected you to try that? The bolt, it struck you, but what? Did you think I'd expose myself to my own weapon without taking precautions? I'm insulted against these bolts. They cannot harm me. Another inch and I'm done. For spider strength, if I ever needed you, I need you now. Exerting every last bit of power contained in a spider human body, the amazing Spider-Man, executing one last maneuver, manages to twist suddenly so that both figures sprawl against the control panel, halting the deadly disintegrating bolts. I did it! This will be your finish, you clumsy fool. Oof! However, when the Fantastic Four arrives as well, Doom decides to flee the battle. Spider-Man decides to leave as well, leaving the Fantastic Four to rescue Thompson, hoping that he learns his lesson. The next day at school, he sees otherwise as Flash boasts about his experience. Peter, needing to keep his identity as Spider-Man in secret, of course, cannot say anything otherwise. Spider-Sense Transmitter, Dr. Doom, first appearance. Spider Detector, Dr. Doom, first appearance. Notes: a number of plot details should be considered topical references per the sliding timescale of Earth 616, particularly the fact that everyone is watching black and white televisions and Aunt May is watching the Ed Sullivan show on TV. Dr. Doom recounts his last defeat at the hands of the Fantastic Four. This happened in Fantastic Four 17. Trivia: on page 13, Spider-Man flashes the spider symbol from his belt while hanging upside down. However, the symbol itself appears with the right side up as usual instead of being upside down like him. In Amazing Spider-Man number 9, a fan letter asked about this, although incorrectly saying that this happened in issue 6 rather than 5. The reply admitted that it was a mistake. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1, Issue 6, Face to Face with the Lizard. Next.